Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, how are you? If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. So on this channel, I talk about asexuality and the asexual spectrum a lot. So today I'm going to be talking about the asexual spectrum and 10 identities on it that you might be. Little disclaimer, this is not all of the identities under the asexual spectrum, it's just the ones that I have decided to highlight today in this video. So let's get into it. We're starting off this list with asexual. Now, asexual refers to someone who experiences little to no sexual attraction to others. So ace folks can experience other forms of attraction like romantic, platonic, aesthetic, or sensual attraction. Some asexual people choose to engage in sexual activities for a number of reasons, despite not experiencing sexual attraction or desire towards that other person that they're engaging with. I could literally do a whole video on how sexual attraction and libido is different. Honestly, I might, but I'm not gonna go into it in this video, so they're different, y'all. Asexuality is an umbrella term and has a broad communities of identities underneath it. The next identity on this list is gray sexual. Gray sexual is an asexual identity categorized as being in between asexual and allosexual. That is, being asexual while also able to experience or have experienced previously sexual attraction. So people who are gray sexual might experience sexual attraction that's uncommon for this person. It may only be directed towards certain people. It might occur infrequently, at a lower intensity than allosexual people, or in kind of an ambiguous way. So like I said before, it's kind of in between asexual and allosexual, but it can be anywhere in between those two. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly in the middle. Next up is my personal favorite because I am this identity, demisexual. Demisexual is a term used to describe those who do not experience sexual attraction to others unless they form a strong emotional bond with that person first. Demisexual people might feel romantic attraction, but they will not feel sexual attraction until that bond is formed. They may have little to no interest in sex and may only experience sexual attraction extremely rarely, maybe a couple times throughout their lifetime. But this is not the case for all demisexuals. I have heard that there are demisexuals who do get sexual attraction easier than others. This next one is egosexual. Egosexual is a micro-label on the asexual spectrum that describes those who experience a disconnection between themselves and the object of arousal. So egosexuals may have sexual fantasies, view sexual content or self-pleasure, but feel little to no sexual attraction or desire to participate in sexual acts themselves. Many egosexuals kind of view the act of doing that stuff from a third-party perspective. So they don't mind it being in a fictional sense, but if it was happening in real life, no go. The fifth sexuality on this list is freesexual. Freesexual describes someone who experiences sexual attraction to those whom they do not know very well. So for freesexual folks, they might initially have a very strong sexual attraction to someone, but the closer that they get, it kind of fades, particularly as an emotional bond is formed. Freesexual is actually being considered by some the opposite of demisexual. So demisexual, there has to be a bond for sexual attraction to happen, and freesexual, as soon as there's that bond, it kind of fades away. Lithrosexual is up next. Lithrosexuality is a term for someone who feels sexual attraction only for those who do not reciprocate those feelings. So once someone who is lithro finds out that the person that they have been having these feelings for also has feelings back for them, it goes away. Fun fact, I actually have a friend who's lithro, so shout out to all of my lithro people out there. Reciprosexual is up next. I hope I say these right. Reciprosexuality describes someone who does not experience sexual attraction to someone until they know that the person is attracted to them. So this is kind of like the opposite of lithrosexual. Reciprosexual people don't feel sexual attraction until they know that that person also is having sexual attraction towards them. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like a really cool sexuality. Like, that's kind of dope. Like, oh, you like me? Let's go, let's do this. Again, I'm hoping I pronounce this right. Cuposexual? Cuposexual refers to a person who is asexual or on the asexual spectrum and still desires sexual acts despite not feeling an attraction towards people who'd inspire that desire. So although cuposexuals may not experience sexual attraction to their sexual partner, there are many reasons as to why a cuposexual would want to engage in those activities, such as pleasure and wanting to feel connected to their partner. Number 9 on this list is apothesexual. Apothesexual refers to someone who identifies as asexual and finds sex and or sexual activity to be disgusting or uncomfortable. People who identify with this label are affected by sex in media to varying degrees and will try to avoid it as much as possible. This term should not be confused with sex negative, which means finding sex immoral. It's not the same thing. And number 10 on this list is aseflux. Aseflux refers to someone with a fluctuating orientation, and that orientation is always within the asexual spectrum. So I like to think of this as kind of the gender fluid of the asexual spectrum. Someone who is aseflux is someone who can go from being fully ace to demisexual to lithro. So their identity can fluctuate between these labels, but it's always within the asexual spectrum. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked it and if you want to see any more videos talking about the asexual spectrum and the different identities that are under it. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below for sure. I might do a second one to this depending on if y'all like it. I love learning about the community. I love learning about new labels. I love doing videos like this for all of you. So yeah, I hope you learned something and learn more about the ace spectrum. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.